Those who do nothing are inviting shame as well as violence. Those who act boldly are recognizing right as well as reality.
What's up, YouTube? Back with another video again. Clearly, because I'm sitting on the computer screen. There's a ton of videos on YouTube about this, but there's none on my channel. So I figured I'd make a quick video on how to fully disassemble your AR bolt. So let's just get it started. Like I said, I just want this to be a quick video. Here's the Wyndham AR. And as you can see, no mag in the well. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. Where are we? But there is nothing in the chamber. I don't know if you saw, but you just have to trust me. Ooh, Lord. There's a physical check of the AR. Okay. Now, go ahead and drop the bolts. Go ahead and pop that pin through. Pull the pin all the way out. Pivot the receiver. Now, take your charging handle and you pull it out. Hold on, let's get a better shot of this. Okay. Yeah. Take your charging handle, pull it out part way. Slide your bolt carrier assembly out. And put the AR to the side. Okay, now here's your bolt carrier assembly group. Now you can use just about anything. I've used a pocket knife, I've used punches, I've used the bullet nose to a actual round. Really doesn't matter, but you're probably more than likely gonna need something to fully disassemble your bolt. Now the first thing you want to do is push your bolt all the way in. If your bolt is out, push it in. Not for necessarily the first step, but for eventually the following steps. You're gonna need this. Now, right here, I know this is black on black. I should have got a better pointer, but okay, right here on the side of the bolt here, big picture, and this piece right here. This is your firing pin, retaining pin. It's a small cotter pin. You just need to pop it up like that, and it slides right out. That's what it looks like. So as you can see, there's only one way that can go in. If I can get the camera to focus. Yeah, there you go. So you put that off to the side where you're not going to lose it. I should have my magnetic dish with me. Oh well. Then, once you do that, your firing pin should fall free. Just give it a little shake, and see, mine starts to come out, and you could just pull it out, and there you go. There's your firing pin. Again, as you can see by the shape, it'll only go in one way, so this will be very easy. Put that with your firing pin, retaining pin. Now, what you have left inside of your carrier is the actual bolt and the cam pin right here. As you can see, the cam pin turns. Now, if you have a piston-driven AR, this won't be as important to you as the guys who have the gas impingement systems with the gas block right here. So what you're going to need to do is, you can't get this up and out in this position. So what you need to do is turn it 90 degrees. Just give it a half a turn like that. So now lengthwise it's lined up with the gas port here. Once you do that, your cam pin, trying to do this reversed in the camera screen is not easy. Your cam pin literally slides right out. No effort. Once you do that, your bolt will slide free. Your bolt carrier is now disassembled. Put that off to the side. Now, if you look on your bolt face, you will see that, come on, focus, focus, focus. Right here is your ejector. And if you turn it sideways, you can see your ejector right there. Now, if you will notice, right there is a small roll style pin right there that holds this ejector in. What you want to do is push down on the actual ejector and give it some tension downward. Take your punch and punch that ejector pin out. Okay, let's put more pressure on it, and it should slide right out. And there's your ejector pin. Again, put that off to the side there. Now when your ejector comes off, you'll be able to just pop it right out like that. And as you can see by that ring with the hole in it, that's the pin that your ejector, there we go, that your ejector will slide through. Something I recently learned, and I don't know how true it is, but I'm going to relay it to you. The better ejectors that will last longer, less likely to break, a higher end ejector will always have one of these O-rings attached to it. And I didn't know that before I took mine apart, so I'm not just saying it because mine has it. I don't know how true that is. But there is your ejector. Now your bolt is completely apart. One thing I wanted to show you though, while we have that ejector out, and you can see into this cavity, this cavity right here, is that this is how your firing pin sits inside your bolt. And you can see it there. You can see it protrude through your bolt face there. And that's how it sits in there. Okay, now to put this apart, to put this back together is just as easy. Take your bolt with your ejector slot right there, or the slot for your ejector right there, and you take your ejector and you lay it right inside and you drop it in. Make sure it's seated. Push down on it once again, getting your pin, and pushing that in. Now the key with this is, because it can come out either side because of your hole here and your hole here, you want to make sure that it doesn't stick up on either side. You want to make sure it's as flush as possible on both sides, either flush or below the opening, so it doesn't scrape and wear and eventually snap and break on you. As you can see, it's good at the top here, but at the bottom here there's a little lip sticking out, so I got to make sure that's even. It's hard to do it on camera, so if you'll excuse me, I need to focus my eyeballs on this. And then there you go. Sits below the lip at the top, sits below at the bottom, and now your ejector ejector is reattached to your bolt. Okay, now basically we're just going to reverse the steps. You're going to grab your bolt carrier, you're going to insert your bolt. Now what you want to do is do this. You see that giant gaping hole there? That's where your cam pin goes back in to hold the bolt in place. So what you want to do is when you put this in, there's two things you want to do. First of all, you want to make sure that the ejector that we just took apart, when facing it head on and this gas tube is looking at you, you want to make sure that that ejector, if you're looking at it head on, so you're standing right where you are right this very minute and you have it facing you like this, this ejector right here will be to your right. No, pardon me, your left. If you're looking at it from behind the way I am, so you're sitting where I am, the ejector is to your right. Okay? The second thing you want to do is, this is going to be tricky in the camera too, that hole in the bolt, you want to make sure that's lined up. Then you want to grab your cam pin and just drop it in. It should slide right in. If it doesn't, that means something's misaligned. You're going to have to adjust your bolt a little bit to get it in. But the cam pin should be the easiest thing to get back into your bolt carrier assembly. And it's hard to do this backwards looking into a tiny little screen. Okay, now remember we had to turn this 90 degrees in order to get it out. What you want to do is turn it back 90 degrees so that it's now in this position. The rectangle is in the up and down position instead of the side to side position. The next step is returning the firing pin to its position. And depending on your bolt, your bolt carrier depends on how you can do this. There are some bolt carriers that have a larger opening here, and to stick your firing pin in this way through the side isn't a problem, and for me it's not. Some have a tighter opening, and a smaller opening, and you want to stick it through the top and let it ride down. But for me, I can get it in like that. So if you have a smaller opening, it's more of a refined cut. As you can see, there's an opening at the top and there's the opening on the sides, but it's also closed on the opposite side. So what you want to do is slide it in so that it rests on one of the sides, otherwise it'll just fall out. And then once it's actually in like that, just look for the hole and drop it in. Now what you want to do is make sure that firing pin is all the way forward as it possibly can be. You take your firing pin, retaining pin, that can only go in one way. And if you look, there is, where are we here? There, as you can see through it, there's the small opening here, and if you flip this around, there's a larger opening here. Now, to accommodate this cotter pin's large head, I said large head, you're gonna have to put it in through the larger opening. And what you want to do is just slide that in like that, push it in, and this is also another piece that you want to make sure is all the way in and seated. So push that in as far as you can, and once it's in, it's in. And that's pretty much it. Your bolt is fully assembled. If you can pull it forward and it doesn't fall out, you don't hear any rattling, your firing pin's not moving out, you want to turn it upside down, make sure, shake it, make sure that firing pin, retaining pin has caught that firing pin and it's not falling out. Another way some of the guys in the military and the service do it is you push your bolt face, take your bolt, push it all the way back. There's going to be rotation in there. See? rotate out, rotate in. Push it all the way in. And you want to give it a good whack. Like if you guys ever seen a police baton and they flick it out and it pops out. Ooh, excuse me, pops out. That's basically what you want to do with this. So you want to, and when you hear that click and nothing comes flying out and it locks in all the way forward into position, then you've put it together properly. Then what you want to do is grab your AR once again. Grab your AR. Let's adjust this up a little bit because there we go. Okay. And we'll do it a little bit more. Okay, right there. Now, what you want to do to put this back in is real simple. Hey, okay. Some of you guys will notice there was a cutaway there. I apologize. I had to edit this piece in because I forgot to tell you something very important that some guys might not know, and I don't want to be responsible for not telling you. Remember when we were doing the trick and the functionality test and making sure that the bolt comes all the way forward? Okay. Well, once you do that test and you see your bolt does come all the way forward and lock into position and does not go flying across the room, what you need to do is you need to remember one thing. Leave it in that forward position. Trying to reinstall your bolt carrier group into your charging handle and upper with the bolt in reverse will cause damage to your upper as well as the upper. It will cause damage to the upper as well as the bolt itself. So you want to make sure that it is in the forward position. Okay? And back to, I'll just edit out that last part and just reinstall it since I have to reinstall it anyway. I might as well do it on camera. You pull this charging handle out a little bit. You let it, you fit the gas tube inside of it like that, and then you slide the bolt forward. You push till you hear a click. Same thing with the charging handle. Make sure that they're both forward and locked into place. You connect your upper and lower. You push a pin in, and we do a little bit of a functionality check here. You go ahead and pull your charging handle back, and you see the bolt carrier group does slide freely back, so that's working properly. I'll give it a few tries just to make sure that it is working properly. Give the trigger a squeeze. Oh God, I love this trigger. Pull back, squeeze, hold it down, pull back, let go, release, hear it reset, and squeeze again. There we go. So that's my video of the AR-15 complete bolt and bolt carrier disassembly, reassembly, and reinstallation into the AR-15. Like I said, I know there's a ton of videos, not on my channel, and now there is. So guys, thanks for watching. Stay tuned, there will be more, and if you haven't done so already, subscribe.